Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. So my presentation is about the sea turtle in Numancia. So here in Numancia, we have a sea turtle. So narinig nyo naman siguro sa radio, sa TV, ganyan sa Facebook, ng agriculture, saka ng mineral office. So dyan yan. So what is sea turtle? So sea turtle daw, they are air-breathing marine reptiles found in warm ocean worldwide. So ang sea turtle is not only here in Asia, not only here in the Philippines, specifically in Numancia, but they are also found in warm ocean water worldwide. Actually, ang sea turtle natin is umaabot siya. May sea turtle kami nakita dito sa Navitas, na rescue namin, na may flag siya ng Malaysia. So, ibig sabihin, they are going out of the country without passport and they're returning here. Diba? Without pasahe, without ticket, and everything. So that's the sea turtle. So they characterize by streamlined body and large flippers for swimming. Diba yung sea turtle, yung tortoise, they have a flip. But the sea turtles, kasi sa sea sila, lumalangoy, they have flippers. Parang ano siya, like that one. Parang pang wings ba? Kung sa air, may wings sila, may wings ang ibon, but the sea turtle has flippers. That is flippers. So they are ancient creatures. So it is said that they are ancient. So parang kaedad nila yung mga like the dinosaurs. So mamaya I can show you kung anong klase ng sea turtle yung pinakamalaki. Actually, it is now extinct. Wala na sila ngayon, but they are one of the biggest. So they said to be 100 million years ago, they are here na, nung wala pa yung mga people, but they are also already here. Diba? They said that ang pinakamatanda daw ng mga creatures is the water, not here in the land. Kasi diba sa land is nagkaroon ng mga dinosaur era na most of the animals ay they become extinct. But one of the mga natira na mga Asian creatures is this Owican or the sea turtle. So here in the whole world or here in Asia, we have 6 kinds of sea turtles. So yeah, turtle. So the olive ridley, which is found here in Numancia, ang nakikita pala dito usually sa Numancia is the olive ridley. So saan ba na dito ang olive ridley? So the olive ridley is this one. So maximum size na is 2.5 feet. So mga ganito kalaki. 2 feet by 2.5. So yung pinaka-adult niya is ganito kalaki. So sa bilang in a few days, maybe we can makikita niya na siya dito sa Numancia. There will be an announcement in a few months time. There will be an announcement. Hindi ko muna siya i-open dito. It's a surprise. And then, the smallest is the Kimberly Ridley, which is 2 feet. So malaki pa rin siya. Like this one. Pero mas malaki yung olive ridley. Ganito talaga siya kalaki. Liit lang ito. Or diba it's huge. Usually yung mga sea tortoise na nakikita natin is maliit lang siya. Yung pinakamalaki is like this one. Or yung mga from other nations, ano ba yun? Medyo malaki siya. Next is the loggerhead. This one is 3.6 feet. And the biggest as of now is this leatherback. Actually, this one, hi, meron ito sa ano, sa Malay. This is found in Malay. But mostly, dito lang, ang nakikita dito is this olive ridley. The green sea turtle, may nag-hatch din dito ng green sea turtle, but only very few. Most of the hatchling here is olive ridley. Next is the hawksbill, which is 3 feet, and the flatback, 3.2. So, and the biggest that I'm telling you before is this Archelon, which is now extinct. So, nagabakol siya sa 13 feet. So, how long is the 13 feet? So, malaki talaga siya. It's a giant sea turtle. Kasi siya kalaki. Diba? So big. Kaya siguro na-extinct siya kasi sobrang niyang laki. So, tandaan niyo ha. Pero actually, this January or February, may nakita sila na sea turtle sa Burbanca, which is the green sea turtle. Nakita nila sa ocean, so they rescued it, dinala nila sa offshore, and later on, pinakawalan din nila. Later, I'll show you the pictures of rescued olive ridley. So, ano yung mga laws na nagpo-protect sa ating sea turtles? So, we have several laws. So, in the Philippines, sea turtle locally called pawikan are protected under several national laws and administrative laws, specifically the Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection, under siya sa DNR. Why under sa DNR? Actually, yung jurisdiction ng sea turtle is under siya sa DNR. Dalawang nasa water yung under sa DNR. Nakalimutan ko yung isa. The dugong. Di ba yung dugong is may mamalit land siya? So, that is under the DNR and also the pawikan is under the DNR. Next is the Fishery Administrative Order by the Bureau of Fishery and Aquatic Resources. These laws prohibit the killing, trading, and harming sea turtles and regulated conservation programs such as hatchery and marine protected areas. So may kwento noon ang mga fisher folk. Ito yung mga fisher folk ito. Mamaya baka ikwento nila yan kasi pina-add talaga. Hopefully, makwento nila. Before, mga 1980s to 1990s, dito talaga marami siyang maraming mga sea turtles na kumbaga nangingitlog dito sa baybayin ng Camansi and Capitas. Specifically sa Camansi Norte. Alam mo ba ginagawa nila? Kung may makita daw silang sea turtle, hinuhuli yan at niluluto. And then, yung egg, alam niyo ba kung gaano kalaki yung egg? Nakita niyo ba yung ping-pong balls? It's like that. As in, same na same siya. Akala niyo kung makita niyo siya dyan, para siyang ping-pong balls. Pero, once na newly laid or bagong itlog, malambot. But later on, tumitigas naman. So, ang ginagawa namin is, ang ginagawa namin is, sige later na lang. So before, actually yung mga fisher folks, sa dinami-dami daw na nangingitlog dyan, actually kung season niya is July to February. So as in daw, ang dami-dami nangingitlog dyan. Yung minsan, yung mga fisher folks, inaabangan nila na mangitlog, and then after umalis yung pawikan, hinuhukay nila, at inuwi sa bahay to cook. Diba sayang? So, actually, maano daw yan, parang malansa. Yung itlog niya is malansa kung ilalaga. Pero may technique sila. Sure bang malaman kung paano? Baka lutuin nyo. Actually, di ba may ano siya, upas saging. Do you know that? Do you know upas saging? Yung parang, yung sa bark ng tree, yung parang, ano niya, yung parang sa trunk, tapos kumukuha sila nun, and then tinatalian nila sa gitna. Parang dito.
Ito yung itlog. So, tinatalian nila dyan. Tapos sinasabit nila.
Ganyan yung pag-look nila, para hindi daw siya malansa. For until now, kasi na-start kami ng conservation is 2019. Nung saan ako nag-employ dito, kami ni Sir John sa fisheries na 80 on fisheries ng Numancia. Once may nakita dun sa beach area ng Kamanse, may report na nakita dun. So, we visited it. And syempre, yung area kasi is marami nung tao, marami nung naliligo every Sunday, and marami ding aso. One of their predators, the eggs pala, pero may predator na, is yung mga aso. Kasi mabako yan for them, especially if they don't feed properly, yung mga dogs. Pero naghahanap sila ng food. So one of their main food is mga fishes na nahuli. Di ba kung minsan yung mga fisher folks, marami silang mga nahuli na isda. Yung mga hila-hila, are you familiar with hila-hila? No? Yung hila-hila kasi is, dito lang yan sa malapit lang. Magsasaboy sila ng lambat, paikot, and then they will hilahin yan ng maraming tao. So usually, marami siyang natitira ng mga fishes na maliliit. So yan usually kinakain ng mga dogs. They are not properly fed ng mga amo nila. And then, pag may mga itlog niya na pawikan, so nadetect nila yan actually. Kaya nilang i-detect yan. Kaya minsan yung mga batay dagat namin, if they can't find, kasi yung palatandaan kasi, hindi mo naman kasi mabatayan for 24 hours yung pawikan ng mga itlog. So yung ginagawa nila is, tinitingnan nila yung daan ba ng flippers.
So, kung maganon siya,
Even sa sand, ganun pa rin siya mag-grow. So may
ano yan? May bakas.
may footprints or bakas ng mga sea turtles. So tinitingnan nila yan from seashores until sa taas. So kung saan yan mag-stop, so tinuhukay nila to confirm na meron talagang ang itlog na pawikan. And the dogs don't need to find the marks. They just smell. So sinismell lang nila kung saan banda doon, and then they can find it. Pero before kasi, sa dinami-dami ng mga nangingitlog na pawikan, the fisher folks can find it. Kasi usually nangingitlog sila early ng night. Start yan sila ng mga 8 p.m. until early morning. So, bihira ka lang talaga makikita ng mangingitlog ng araw. So, usually gabi talaga sila ng mangingitlog. And then sometimes, until now actually, I am sad to say na meron pa rin threats sa mga pawikan natin. But before, although alam nila na bawal, pero hindi sila natatakot. So, actually kinakatay nila doon pa lang sa dagat. Doon pa lang sa taas. Kasi kung pagdating na dito, so mahuhuli na sila. Actually, tinatapon nila yung shells, tapos yung inuwi na lang nila dito is the meat. Actually, before this, mga March or February, may nahuli kami may na-save na sea turtle. May nag-offer pa sa isa naman mga isla, hihingi yung pawikan. Siyempre, yung mga isda, luckily, concerned sa pawikan, hindi binigay, offer sa amin. And na-release namin doon sa dagat. So, ganun siya kasi nag-serve kasi siya as food. Imagine, the 2.5 feet by 2 feet, maraming meat yan. Ilang kilos yan, marami. Kasi yung isang ganyan is maabot siya ng 20 kilos. So, di ba? Meron na umaabot ng ano. Yung last time namin na nahuli is, actually dead siya. Umaabot siya ng 50 kilos. Malaki talaga siya. So yung shells lang yan is mga 5 kilos and the rest is meat. Diba? So malaki din pang ano ba? Pang ulam-ulam nila. So sige. So punta tayo dun sa Wildlife Resources Conservation and Protection Act or RA 9174. So this is the mga laws na protect sa ating sea turtle. So, ano yung scope nito? Scope is all wildlife species including marine turtles. So, it prohibits killing, injuring, collecting, trading sea turtles without permits. Actually, kahit may permits, hindi naman kasi hindi nagre-release ang DNR ng permit kapag sell or pag-kill ng sea turtle. Bawal talaga. So, possessions, bawal ngayon kasi marami ngayong humihingi sa amin, di ba? Nag-hatch kami ng sea turtle. So, actually, maraming humingi ng hatchlings, mga baby sea turtle. So, we said no, kasi bawal talaga yan. Kasi once you feed them with artificial foods or like mga fish feeds, hindi mo na sila may-release sa wild. Why? Kasi dependent na sila sa tao. So they need to be independent, they need to live at the wild. Kasi once na nakaka-capture sila, so may mga suggestion na palakihin mo na daw namin. Actually, we cannot hold it in the capture before releasing. Kasi hindi niya na kaya mabuhay in the wild once na release namin siya na malaki na. Although malaki na siya, pero hindi niya na kaya maghanap pa ng food on his own. Dapat talaga, baby pa lang, i-release na. Although, yung mortality rate niya kasi, or the mortality rate is masyado mataas, yung nabubuhay lang is 1 to 10%. So imagine, if we release 100 pieces, so most probably is mga 1, 5 or 10 pieces lang yung mabubuhay. So it's so huge, but ganun talaga. Every species daw on Earth has its purpose. At yung purpose ng ibang mga sea turtles na maliliit is for food for other animals. So kailangan natin tanggapin, but at least naka-release tayo ng iba. So out of 100, may mabuhay na ng isa. So we're lucky na may mababalik pa dito. Naman siya. Actually, jump tayo ha. Yung sea turtle kasi, kung saan siya pinanganak, may navigating system siya sa kanyang katawan na kaya niyang bumalik kung saan siya nangitlog. So even he traveled miles away, di ba, nag-abroad na siya, pumunta na siyang Malaysia, Thailand, China, Singapore, babalik pa rin siya when it comes to laying their eggs. So if na-feel niya na malapit na siyang mangitlog, hahanapin niya yung footprints ng place kung saan siya pinangitlog. At doon din siya mangingitlog. So that's how wonderful pawikan is. So, before, during during the 1980s until 1990s, marami itong pawikan. But during mga 2000s na-observe nila na kumukonti. Why? Bakit siya kumukonti? Because of the threats. Kasi, usually, dun pa lang sa dagat. Kasi yung pawikan kasi is umaahon siya to breathe. Kasi, kailangan niyang huminga sa ibabaw ng water. So sometimes, makikita nila na palutang-lutang lang siya sa taas ng water. It means na nagpapahinga siya sa taas ng water. So ang iba, pinapana nila, or syempre may mga mangingisda na, di ba? The way of catching fish usually is through pana, or basta yung mga may mga matatalim sila ng mga gamit. So, yun, hinuhuli nila through that. So, yung mga pawikan, nagiging aware, and then, that's the time na kumonti dito yung mga pawikan. Noon. And one more thing, do you know na meron ditong mga dolphins? Marami ditong dolphins, actually. Dito sa Kamansi and Navita shoreline. Actually, pati Kalibo and mga to. Why? During 1980s, 1990s, yung kwento nila is marami talaga dito. But, parang feeling ng mga mangingisda is parang threat siya. Yung mga dolphins is parang threat sa kanila. Kasi, ang dolphins, sinahabol nila yung mga maliliit na isda. Like mga tamban, mga flying fish, yan yung kinakain nila. So, dahil naiinis na sila sa mga dolphins kasi kinakain nila yung mga huli dapat nila ng mga mangisda, ang ginawa nila is pinapana nila or yung huli nila. And same with the turtle, kinakatay nila offshore doon. Doon mismo sa dagat, kinakatay nila. Then pagdating na dito is split na lang. So kaya kumonte. But through the efforts of the Agricultural Technician of the Agricultural Office of the Menro, naparating sa mga mangisda na bawal talaga. And of course, through the campaign of the DNR and the fisheries, the Bureau of BIFAR is napalaganap na meron silang mga pwede tayong makulong. Once na manghuli tayo ng mga sea turtle or dolphins, pwede silang makulong. So, from then, natuto na rin yung mga mangisda na bawal pala talaga ang manghuli ng sea turtles and dolphins. So, unti-unti na silang dumami dito. Actually, meron pa rin mga matitigas ang ulo na ayaw makinig. They still try to kill the dolphins and the sea turtles, but hindi na siguro ganun kadami. So, anong habitat nito? So, as I say, nag-nest siya sa beach. Kung saan nilay ang eggs, kung saan siya na-hatch, kahit how long he travels, babalik pa rin siya kung saan siya pinangitlog. Doon pa rin siya mangitlog din. So, anong kinakain nila? So, ang kinakain nila is the sea grasses, also the crabs, yung jellyfish, mga small fishes, that. So, actually, nagkanda kami dito ng sea grasses assessment dito sa Navitas and Kamansi. So, wala kami nakitang sea grasses dito sa Kamansi and Navitas. So, we're thinking, saan ba sila na kumakain? Bakit ang dami nila dito? Pero wala silang food dito. So, we're thinking, adjacent pala ang Tangalan. Di ba maraming sea grasses sa Tangalan? So, maybe, kumakain sila doon sa Tangalan and they lay their eggs here in Kamansi and Navitas. So this is the other laws regarding sa protection ng sea turtles. So we have the Wildlife Act, the RA 9147, the FAO 2331 or the Fishery Code, the FAO Series 2022, the Fishing Operations, the RA 7586 and the RA 11038 or the protected areas. Actually, we are hoping that this year or next year, we can declare the Kamansi and the Navitas shoreline as one of the protected areas for the sea turtle and the other marine life. And the next is cities and UN laws or sa global ban of trade. So pinagbabawal na po ang pag-trade ng pawikan. So So what are the key facts on olive ridley sea turtle? So I will focus on olive ridley sea turtles kasi yan po yung makikita dito sa Numancia. So olive ridley sea turtle, so distinguishing features. So yung carapace, what is the carapace? Or the shell? So yung carapace that is the shell of the sea turtle. So the carapace is nearly round, highly domed, uniform, olive green. Actually, para siyang, kung makikita mo kung dry siya, para siyang gray. But when wet, para siyang olive green. Maagaw yung green and gray. So yung size is 2 feet to 2.5 feet. So yung pinakamalaki is 2.5. Mga ganito kalaki. So imagine, malaki na po sa pictures kayo, no? So yung weight is 77 to 100 pounds. So sakto, mga 50 kilograms, mga 45 to 50 kilograms. So yung average lang yan. So kung mataba siya, so mga 60. So population, actually yung olive ridley, isa sa pinakamaraming species. Which is umaabot siya ng 800,000 nesting females. So yung diet, so we have the seagrasses, the crabs, the shells, and the fish, and the jellyfish. So ito yung baby sea turtle. Nakikita niyo ba? So yung baby sea turtles, mga half lang ito. Ang liit na, ganito lang siya kalaki. So that is the olive ridley sea turtle. So ganyan yung turtle. So, as I say kanina, olive ridley sea turtle is one of the smallest and most abundant of all sea turtle found in the world. It is also known for unique mass nesting. Actually, sa ibang bansa kasi, nagmamass nesting sila. So usually, kung may mga itlog na isa, marami sila yan. Not only one, but as in huge talaga yung nangitlog. But dito, actually may nakakita kami ng dalawang sabay. And then pagka kinabukasan may other one, so tatlo sila. So although hindi kami kadami dito, but luckily, at least meron nakikita dito. So it is best known for unique mass nesting called Aribada. So Aribada daw yung tawag. Where thousands of females come together to lay eggs in the same beach. They are mainly found in warm waters of Pacific Ocean. So ito talaga sila sa Pacific Ocean. So ano yung features and status? They are omnivorous, meaning they feed both plants and animals. So like I said kanina, they are feeding on seagrasses and also on animals like fish, crabs, like that. Kaya as of now, na-develop na namin dito yung coral reef. Actually dito kasi yung beach line namin is actually wala siyang coral reef. Based sa study ng fisheries namin, fisheries technologies, and the BIFAR and the OPA is provincial fisheries na office is before, flat talaga yung seabed namin dito. So they start the project of putting jackstone in the ocean, and that starts the growing of mga corals. So ngayon, based on observation, so nag-start sila mga 2016, 2006, so pinaka-first. So ngayon, nalago na yung sea corals sa Navitas. Sino nag-dive dito? Sa iba, sino nag-dive? Wala? So kung nag-dive sana kayo, pwede kayong sumama sa kanila mag-dive. So they are solidarity, or kumbaga they prefer solo. So when in the wild,
dolphins now? No, because the waves are so strong.
Actually, she's asking if we can see daw the dolphin. But I said na medyo malakas yung alon, so hindi pwede. But kung nandito yung mga fisher folk sa Bantay Dagat, usually kasi uma-appear yung mga dolphins early morning until mga, kung hindi masyadong maaraw, lumalabas sila ng mga 10. But after that, they will kumailalim din sila. Because during that time, saan sila naghahanap ng mga foods early morning. At saka, mas yan, marami talaga. As in yung mga hundreds, usually. But, okay na makakita ka ng mga 10, 5, kahit 1. Pero if you are lucky, makikita mo yung hundreds of dolphins swimming in the ocean. I think it's so wonderful experience. So these turtles spend their entire life in the ocean and migrate thousands of kilometers between feeding and mating grounds in the course of years. So maturity. So kailan sila nagmamature? Or kailan sila nag-mate? To start ang mate. So starting of reproduction is at around 12 to 15 years. The study shows that ranges of 10 to 18 years or even yung pinakabata daw na nag-mate is around 7 to 16 years old. Actually, yung first namin na nakita na egg is only 44 eggs. 44, it means na maliit pa yung mother. Kasi yung pinakamarami naman namin nakita na eggs is 136. So it's really marami siya. And basta yung average niya is like 70, 80, ganun, mga 90. Pero kung marami na 100 plus, so we're lucky. And especially kung favorable yung condition, hindi siya masyadong umulan, so mas maraming nakahatch. Usually kasi, marami lang nadadamage na eggs once na, like 2024, parang may bagyo nung dumaan na na-damage, matagal siyang na-submerge sa water. Although meron na kaming hatching area na ginawa, kasi yung area kasi sa Nabita sa Camansi Norte is ine-erode yung seabed, yung what I mean is yung pampang ng dagat is ine-erode siya during amihan season. So hindi namin siya pwedeng pabayaan kasi once na lumakas yung alon, lahat ng eggs is e-erode. Although sometimes meron naman mga eggs talaga nakang-hatch with their own, but majority na-observe namin na pag hindi namin siya nilipat, e-erode talaga siya. So sayang. So, through the Agriculture Office of Numancia and the Mayor's Office, and of course the Menro Office, we constructed the hatchery area in Barangay Camansi Norte. So I'll show you later kung ano ba yung itsura ng hatchery namin. So may lost years. So ano yung lost years? So the lost years is, ito yung from hatchling, simula ng hatchling until juvenile, until na mag-mate, that is the so-called hatchling, the lost years. So they are highly vulnerable. O kumbaga, hindi pa nila kayang lumaban sa mga predators. So usually the predators are the sharks, diba? Usually kasi kinakain sila ng sharks. And then, kung baby pa lang sila, kung kinakain sila ng mga big fishes. So lifespan. So the natural lifespan is estimated to be around 50 years. Pero may nakita ako sa isang news na meron daw isang sea turtle na umaabot ng 120 years. So the average lang is 20 years, 50 years, pero pwede siyang umabot ng 100 years, depends on its health. Kasi usually is ginatubuan ng barnacles. Do you know what is barnacles? So Actually, yung shells niya, tinutubuan yan. Kaya yung suggestions, once may makapture or na-rescue na sea turtles, make sure to remove all the barnacles na naka-attach kana para at least hide. He or she can move freely. Hindi mo pa mabukatan. So, breeding behavior. So, once mature, they are famous for aribada. So, like I said kanina, or mass nesting events, where thousands of female comes assures simultaneously to nest through some nest individual. So, ito yung kanyang life cycle. So, after malay ng egg, so ma-hatch, yung baby sea turtle will thrown to the water. And then, yung juvenile, so kung susertehin, so the 10% will be juvenile. So yung iba nito, yung mga baby sea turtle, kakainin na ng mga predators. So they will serve as food for other animals. So don't be sad, kasi magsiserve naman sila na as a food of other animals. Sub-adult, so pag sub-adult nila, pupunta na sila sa mga coral reef, and then adult mating. After mating, they will return kung saan sila pinangitlog. And they will also hatch their eggs there. So, as I said kanina, even though they will reach thousands of kilometers away from home, nag-ibang bansa na sila, without passport, without tickets, so they still return in where they have been laid their eggs. So they are marine reptiles. As I said, they are remarkable navigators. And they are omnivorous. And they can dive to deep of 500 feet. Low footage. Imagine, 500 feet ang lalim nun, di ba? So, ilang feet yung kaya nyo i-dive? Kaya nyo ba ang 5 feet, 10 feet? 6 lang, ma'am. So, sila, kaya nila ang 500 feet. Imagine how strong they are. So, how to identify the sea turtle? So, dito kayo pwede sumasakit yung ulo namin. How to identify the sea turtle? Especially nung bago pa lang, 2019 to 2020. So, sumasakit ang ulo namin. How to identify? So, nagpo-consult pa kami sa DNR. Kung ano ba itong klaseng sea turtle, kung anong baby ba ito. Especially yung baby. So, mas mahirap i-identify yung baby. So, okay lang yung malalaki kasi distinct na yung mga lines nila sa shells and mga designs. Yung pinakamahirap is the baby sea turtle. So the olive is yung lindsay kasi is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they have 5 na ganito. While the olive ridley is usually 6 up yan. So okay lang mag-6 sila at mag-up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So usually 6 to 7, 8. Pag ganyan, is automatic olive na siya. Yung hawksbill, iba naman kasi yung hawksbill. Ganito siya. Pero yung leatherback, hindi ka talaga mamamali sa leatherback kasi line lang siya. So medyo malabo, no? Actually, may ano pa yan. May mga sa heads pa. Ganyan. So, ito na yung baby sea turtle. So, ito yung leatherback. So, iba talaga siya. Diba? Line lang siya. So, this is the olive ridley. So, ito naman is my 6 na curve dito. While this is the hawksbill, this is the bagrisi. Ganyan siya. Basta yung pinakamarami is the olive ridley. Malaki yan, pero sa reality, ganito lang siya kalaki. Kaya talaga siya kalaki, kung mahatch ka. So why don't we release sea turtle hatchling directly at the water? Diba, once na ma-hatch siya, so mas easier kung direct na lang siya sa water kasi kawawa naman maglakad siya ng ng layo-layo, diba? So ano kung sa inyo, what do you prefer? You release it directly to water or you just allow him to crawl from the sand until to the sea?
Just video it.
Just video it. Ano sa inyo? So kahit saan. Kasi sometimes kasi, parang, kung tinitingnan mo siya, parang kawawa na siya. Parang ang tagal-tagal niya nandyan, tapos ayaw pumunta dun sa dagat, parang kawawa na. Kaya sometimes, yung tendency is, ginabuyan mo near the water. But based on the study, hindi pala yan pwede. So, dapat hayaan sila na manavigate nila yung parang highest level ng sand so that they can identify where they will lay their eggs. Kasi once na hindi nila ma-identify kung saan sila ng itlog, mahihirapan silang bumalik. Kasi while they are crawling to the water, they are navigating, kumbaga, nai-imprint sa katawan nila. Diba? They are so wonderful. They are imprinting at their own body, the sand, the temperature, everything on that place para maitandaan nila. Diba? They are so small, but when they get old, they are so big, para tandaan rin nila yung structure kung saan sila pinanganak. So wonderful, diba? So hatchling must grow from the nest to the sea on their own. So bawal daw hawakan. But sometimes, syempre, nahawakan pa rin natin.
Pasaway, no?
So this journey allowed them to imprint on their home beaches and begin calibrating their navigation using natural light slope and the Earth magnetic field. Actually, ngayon nga, parang 2 nest na, parang mga 4 nest, natural nest, na hindi namin nakita na ng itlog, pero nag-hatch siya on its own, tapos na-observe na hindi siya mapunta sa dagat, pupunta siya dun sa sa inner part, like sa sapa, doon na siya nakita. So maybe that's the effect of climate change, nag-iiba na yung directions. Malabo, no? Malabo. So sea turtle are philopatriotic. They return to the area where they were born to nest as adults. During their first crawl and swim, they memorize the beach unique magnetic signatures. These natural maps guide them across oceans and back home with basic nature. So dito, sa naman siya, yung nakikita namin usually is the olive ridley sea turtle. Doon naman sa Buruanga, yung nakita doon is the green sea turtle, yung maganda ba kanina. And then sa Malay is the leatherback, yung pinakamalaki. Actually sa Malay, merong display dyan sa tourism site nila, sa Mutag yata. So the next time you encounter sea turtle hatchling, slow down and give them space to let their journey unfold naturally. So mas maganda na they will naturally roll papunta sa dagat. So actually that is one of our lessons actually. Kasi dati nire-release namin siya, malapit na lang sa dagat. Sabi namin, para hindi sila mapapagod. But it's wrong, di ba? So now, actually last 2 years, nirelease na namin sila sa mataas-taas. So bahala na silang pumunta doon. I-assist lang namin. Kasi minsan may bumabaliktad, diba? And then minsan may nag-slow down. Actually hindi sila sabay-sabay na pupunta. Pero talagang mahinay, merong mabak, merong faster, merong average. Ito. So danger of solid waste, especially here naman siya Kasi tulad ng sabi kanina ni Cap, yung solid waste dito is not all is from Numancia. Do you know why? Because we are the catch basins of the Aklan River. So we catch all the waste from, maybe the others is from Libaco pa, Libaco, Madalag, Banga, Kalibo, and siyempre part of Numancia. So, dito sabi kayo na ni Cap, every week, nag-clean up sila. So, every Saturday, nag-clean up sila. And then, dun din sa Kamansi, especially sa Kamansi, because they are the catch basins talaga, parang ano lang dito. Lahat yan, yun minsan kung pumunta ka sa dagat, mag-boating kami, dolphin sea watching, may nakikita pa rin akong line of waste. Kaya sinasabi ko kay Sir Jan, can we ocean clean up? Yung magsakay tayo sa boat and pick up it from the ocean. Kasi kawawa yung mga sea turtles. Usually, yung mga cause of death ng sea turtle is not only yung, kasi karamihan ngayon is nasisira na motorboat. Pag-ano bang, LC it motorboat, yan, naiigo hanggang likod, hanggang carapace. Once na masira yung carapace, if meron tayong conservation area or conservation area, so pwede sila ipa-heal yung carapace nila kasi mag-heal yan. But once sila open sea, may hirapan silang mag-heal. Kasi if they are not eaten by sharks or the other animals, they will die eventually because of infection. So that's how vulnerable the sea turtle is. And yung iba, although may mga proof kasi na some animals like the dugong, some of them namamatay. Why? Pag inopen yung isang dugong na namatay, ano nakikita sa loob? Mga plastic. So, lots of plastic. Kasi yung dugong when they eat is plankton kasi yung pinakain nila. The plankton is one of the smallest organisms in the sea. So, binubuka lang yung nila yung mouth nila. And then, hihigop yung mga plankton. So, what if meron plastic doon? Pwede papasok din sa katawan nila ng plastic. So, that will be their food. And then, eventually, kung marami yung plastic doon sa katawan nila, they will die. So, that's how sad their life is. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they thought the plastic is also jellyfish. Diba kung nasa water yung plastic para sa jellyfish. So that's it. So what is the conservation efforts of Numancia? So we can see, this is the latest binugian naman ng sea turtle. So this is Mayor Sir John, the police.
Wait, is that you in the picture?
Yes, that's me.
That's me.
Yeah. So the end relocation. So when the Bantay Dagat or the other concerned citizens said that they have found the nest of the sea turtle, so the team will dig it. So the suggestions is kung ano dapat yung position ng nest, dapat ganun din dapat i-transfer. So how? So first, so ilalagay mo namin siya sa timba. Kung gaano kalaki yung nest, usually yung nalalagyan namin is yung 4 liters na yung butangan ba kahit ano ho, ipinta like that. Kasi almost the same yung laki ng nest. Ganyan. Tapos pag-transfer namin, ganun din transfer namin siya sa hatchery. Tapos i-measure namin kung gaano kalaki yung size ng nest niya, and gaano kalalim after namin makuha yung egg. And then, we will make dito, ito yung hatchery namin. So, we will measure also kung gaano kalaki yun, yung nest, at gaano kalalim. Ang ganun din yung gagawin namin. So, releasing. So, this is the releasing. So, hindi siya nilalagay sa water. Dapat sa sand lang muna siya nilalagay. Before releasing. Kasi kung sa water, mapapagod siya sa kakaswim. Mauubos yung energy niya before siya pakawalan sa water. And then, at the same date, dapat mapakawalan siya. Hindi siya pwede lumagpas ng 24 hours. Dapat pakawalan. So this is the close-up pictures of the olive tree sea turtle hatchlings. Umuulan na. So sea turtle rescued and released. So this is the big sea turtle. So mga ano siya, this is around 50 kilos. Na ito yung mga 2.5 o size. So ganyan yung color niya, medyo malabo. So almost gray na siya.